portions of our programming have been pre-recorded. The Good Neighbor Network, WGNS, Murfreesboro, Smyrna. Flagship station for MTSU Sports. The views and opinions on this show are those of the hosts, guests, and callers, and are not necessarily those of WGNS, its management, other hosts, or advertisers.
This is Conversations with Mike Sparks.
Are you concerned with the state of America, your state, your community? Then you're in the right place. State Representative Mike Sparks. He and guests are here to talk about local politics, history, faith, and freedom.
All right, you listen to Conversation with Mike Sparks. I'm your host, Mike Sparks. Got a big show tonight. Connor, how you doing?
I'm good, and I'm on camera for the first time.
Oh, you're on camera. How's school?
That's great.
How was now the young lady that are y'all dating that you introduced us to about 2 weeks ago?
We're seeing each other.
What's the difference between like dating and seeing each other?
We
Ain't spent a lot of money yet on her, I guess.
Is that it?
we saw a movie yesterday.
Oh, did you? What movie did you go see?
The Michael Jackson movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That sounds
We
interesting.
went to Premier 6 because I got free coupons from the station.
Really?
So,
Good. Well, can you hook a brother up?
you have to ask Brian or Scott.
Okay.
They hooked me up. So.
They ain't never hooked me up for listening. Maybe Bart's listening. Bart has more of a heart, you know. Bart has more of a heart for people. Brian's kind of hardcore, man. He'll text me here in just a few minutes, you know. But, you know, what was it 2 weeks ago? I talked about synchronicities. You called it a guy wink moment, and I was talking about David Settles. And all of a sudden, that little girl come in, and she said, "Hey, David Settles just dropped me off." How do you explain that?
I think it's you explained it. It's a God wink moment.
I mean, but you think about it, and I've often said I can use math to prove that God exists. I know that sounds kind of strange, but when you I call those confirmations, you know. But what is a probability? Did you ever have probability statistics?
No, I'm very bad at math.
Okay, well, me and the instructor become pretty good friends. That's the only thing that helped me get through because it was a high probability I was going to fail that class, Roger. You ever had probability statistics?
Yeah.
It's a hard class, man. But no, those what I call God wink moments, synchronicity, they're real, and y'all experienced it live on the radio 2 weeks ago. We experienced another one with Anthony Johnson and Carl Boyd and you, Roger.
Yeah, that was kind of cool.
That was just weird, man. But it's live on the radio, you know. And I had another one, and Scott witnessed this. We were talking about all the protesters in Nashville, and I get upset with the media because I think they pick and choose. It's called agenda setting theory. They have a certain issue and they'll do it to set the agenda to get people to think the way they want you to think. Okay, and I was kind of debating my professor, Dr. Larry Burris, and Larry probably knows more about the First Amendment than most folks out there. He does a column about it every week, and great guy, and a former colonel. I think he was at the Pentagon, and a great guy, and I really like him. So we were live on the radio, and I was doing it from the state capitol on the porch overlooking protesters. Okay, and Steve Spence, who's going to be our next guest here at about 5:16, could probably appreciate this. So I'm on the radio with Scott on the phone. Dr. Larry Burris was I think he was here at the station. And he was like, "Well, Sparks, you know, the media, they're covering they said there's a protest." Okay. I'm like, yeah, but they don't cover the real aspects of this. And here's what played out. I may have told you this. All of a sudden, I could see the protest. There's about 20 of them, and there's a guy in a wheelchair. And I'd seen a guy in a wheelchair, and I'm up there perched up at the Capitol in this legislative plaza. And all of a sudden, I look back over, and the guy in the wheelchair is laying out on the concrete, on the granite there, and he's just going into convulsions. So we had a lot of troopers down there, and the troopers couldn't really see that because of how it's set up. And I yelled at the troopers, "Hey, that guy's having a seizure. Can you go help me?" The troopers looking at me, and they grabbed the the little chest
ambu bag or AED.
They grabbed that and rushed out there, and the protesters blocked them from rendering aid.
Really?
And there was two reporters that came out. One was with Tennessean, and the other one was with NPR. And I asked them, "Are y'all going to cover this? You're going to cover what's going on? The protesters blocking this." You know what they did?
In favor of the protesters, that the wheelchair was in the way or something?
The NPR, and in folks, anybody wants to disagree with me, I'll prove this. Well, one, it's on the radio live. Scott still has it because he played it back up about a year or two ago. NPR made a story. Said Mike Sparks trying to tell me how to do my story. Never even covered the protester. The fire trucks came, the ambulance came to render aid to this guy, and then the Tennessean, she did have something. I guess these bots that show up online attacked her. She took it down. So we talked about the freedom of the press, the First Amendment. They didn't cover truth. Those troopers, that law enforcement was there to help that man that was suffering. Nobody covered it. That's why I get upset with the media. But anyways, I'm sorry to get off on.
Well, you're talking about them
like
protesters, though. You know, when I own my printing business, I used to print up this lady. She'd come every so often. There was protester signs. She was professional.
Yeah.
Professional protester.
Yeah.
And then speaking of
Paid.
that, Steve here, he actually knows my cousin who used to be a printer. We'll kind of get into that a little later.
Yeah,
on.
we'll get into him about 5:17. I think, did we get a caller, Connor? I've got a gentleman that may be calling, but he said his phone's only got a few minutes left. Did he call?
No.
Avery. Well, want to pay tribute before we go to a commercial break. We had a lawmaker die. G.A. Hardaway, African American out of Shelby County. You know, I got along great with G.A. He did the radio show with me a couple of times. We talked about Civil War history, the good, the bad, and the ugly, and even talked about Nathan Bedford Forrest. Believe it or not. I know I'm probably the only one that ever say his name today. Sadly, everybody's scared to talk about things. But G.A. was a great guy. He treated us good. I happened to call him about 2 months ago, and I didn't really know what was going on. I just hadn't seen him. Well, apparently he was jogging back December or November and tripped and hit his head and had a severe trauma. And he went to turn in his petition. So if any county commissioner, school board members are listening, or candidate like Steve Spencer, Sheriff, you got to go get your signatures, 25 good signatures. He got 35 signatures, only 24 were good.
Really?
So he didn't make it on the ballot, believe it or not. And I had never heard of this ever happening with a incumbent candidate. And then the other day we paid a tribute to him, last day of session, and I kind of thought it was kind of odd that we're paying a tribute to him. And it was the last thing on the calendar that we were doing. It was kind of just spontaneous. And I seen a little lady that sits behind me. She's a representative out of Shelby County, Salinas, Gabby Salinas. And I seen her get a little teary-eyed. And I looked over. I said, what's wrong? And she's kind of shook her head. And I looked over at a couple of Democrats. And I'm like, hey, you may want to check on her. And then she started breaking down crying. So apparently she knew that he only had a few hours to live. Did talk to her the other day, and but I sat on the House floor about 2 years ago because I see so much chaos and butt hurt and fighting, and I said, look around. In another year or two, there'll be a couple people won't be back. We've lost. That's the second lawmaker we've lost in 6 months. Jeff Burkhart died. I think he was 61.
Yeah.
And but one folks that we're going to want to honor is the Jacob Pagel. I keep getting
that was really cool. I watched that live when you were doing
Pagel like bagel.
Yeah.
But great guy. Him and
the little girl,
his little friend Fatima Macareno, like the song, and the Q Dogs. That I don't have their names with me, but we got to honor them on the House floor. And when they have a white Republican honoring a black fraternity, everybody's kind of looking at you like, what's going on? Like I'm trying to cause controversy. But what I did, I got many co-sponsors. Somebody bumped it off the calendar, which was a blessing. And I don't think they meant it for evil, but by bumping it off the calendar, I have to talk about it.
I got you.
So here I am, white Republican. I'm going to go in front of 98 other people to talk about why I'm honoring this group. But they put an event together. MTSU had me serve on the panel. We talked about affordable housing, talked about drug addiction, talked about the fathers, talked about the crime in Memphis, because a lot of them were from Memphis, talked about the power of a mentor. But what was so cool, I looked behind me and all the Black Caucus come up and stand behind me. Cool. All of them stood. I guess they were ready in case anybody was going to question.
Going to beat you up.
What are you doing here? Doing this. But anyway, shout out to the Omega men and of MTSU and Jacob and the little girl. Sadly, she's battling cerebral palsy.
Yeah, I saw him helping her on the stairs. Some of the guys.
That was Sergeant Arms helping her.
Yeah, I saw that.
They've gotten so restrictive up there. I couldn't even get Marty Luffman on the floor.
Really?
And he's in a wheelchair. I had him up about 3 years ago.
Yeah.
I couldn't get Jacob up there, and he's in a wheelchair. The little
But
girl.
he could do his crutches because
well, he made it up there.
You remember you said he passed me on the stairs.
Yeah, he walked up here with his little hand walkers.
Yeah, that's one of the races I was in.
He beat you.
Yeah,
Cut you off the pass.
yeah, I was being nice, and he
But
sees
you
the
know
guy
what was
passing
so
me.
cool? The Omegas, and I doubt if they're listening, but they made a video clip of it. The only thing they edited out my Ronald Reagan quote.
Oh, okay.
I love this quote. And the quote says, Reagan said, "If I find something that agrees with me, 80% of the time that's 80% friend, not 20% traitor." And I kind of yelled it, kind of loud, and I was talking about how my back hurts, my feet hurt sometimes, and I said, "But look at these young people up here. He's in a wheelchair. She's got cerebral palsy. She can't even speak. She has to use a phone to interpret. But that little girl's got some energy. They put this event together, and you know what I asked them to do?
What's that?
To stand up. They stood up.
Yeah.
But I knew he could stand.
Yeah.
Wasn't like Joe Biden when he did that to that one guy. And, what guy he did that to? Remember that?
Or
Don't
was it-
stand up.
Wasn't it Bush waving at Stevie Wonder? You know, how you doing? You remember
I don't
that
know.
one?
Man, that's mean. You're talking about a blind guy.
Well,
That's
but,
sad.
no, I'm talking about our president that waved at him like,
That's
man,
mean.
the guy's blind, you know?
Anyways, but shout out to Jacob. I think his last day being intern is next Friday. I'm hoping he'll
But he
get
really
on.
is a good guy, and he was
He
at the
is.
chili cook-off. I don't
He
know if he
is.
won anything. I know Steve and his wife walked away with a bunch of prizes.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Win a lot. Good. Good.
Don't you remember they both? I go, wait a minute, they both won.
Well, you know it's rigged.
Well,
Oh, no.
Anyways, that's rumor is it's rigged.
yeah.
You know.
Oh, because my cousin and them first
Well,
year won it all. He won the
they won
contest and
everything.
all.
It's
And
your cousin.
I wasn't even one drawing it, and everybody thought I.
Anyways, well, let's take a quick break, Connor, and we'll be right back. We'll talk about a rigged chili contest. Come back.
Heating and Cooling provides residential HVAC and duct cleaning services to the Middle Tennessee area. With more than 20 years of experience, Josh Moss and the AHC team provide 24/7 service and take care to ensure whatever work you need done is done in a professional, timely manner. Contact AHC at 615-745-1676. That's 615-745-1676. Or go to their website at affordableheatingandcoolingtn.com.
Most people know that their insurance can provide them with coverage for the many life's mishaps, but I can help you also unlock discounts, save money, and get benefits with Farmers Insurance policy perks. Whether we're discussing home or auto insurance, I am here to help you understand these great perks. Call me, Mark Lewis, at 615-625-7070 for a quote, and you can get a whole lot of something with Farmers policy perks.
Not available in every state. Only available with select Farmers branded policies underwritten by Farmers Truck or Fire Insurance Exchanges or affiliate.
Want a flawless look without the wait? Step into the Vanity Zone in Smyrna, where upscale style meets everyday convenience. Specializing in precision cuts, color services, waxing, and more for men, women, and kids. All delivered by highly trained stylists with an eye for detail. And don't miss the signature hot towel refresher, the perfect finishing touch that leaves you feeling clean, relaxed, and ready for anything. Walk in or book now the Vanity Zone in Smyrna. Looking your best is always in style.
At Dr. Automotive in Smyrna, we're committed to providing local car owners with top-notch auto repair services. With over 2 decades of experience, our ASC certified master technicians are experts in both foreign and domestic vehicles, ensuring accurate diagnosis and timely, cost-effective repairs. From oil changes to major engine and transmission repairs, we've got the cure for your car. Dr. Automotive, keeping your car running smoothly, mile after mile. Visit our website, smyrnaautorepair.com.
Hey, Middle Tennessee, it's Mark from the Safe House. Can I have your attention, please? I have an important announcement. Our president has a backbone. Thank you, President Trump. We sleep better knowing our country is protected. And speaking of protection, criminals laugh when you purchase a fake safe from a big box store. There's no better time than now than to visit the Safe House and see what a real safe looks like. Rebates now through the end of July on select brands. Our brands include Liberty, Fort Knox, and Browning. Drop by one of our locations or go to NashvilleSafeHouse.com. And remember, we don't just sell safes, we sell peace of mind.
AFFI is Middle Tennessee's premier choice for pest, wildlife, and moisture control. They specialize in those difficult and unique cases. You can reach them by phone at 615-300-2395. That's 615-300-2395. or stop in at 200 Glenrose Lane in Smyrna.
My wife and I enjoy going by Yard Sale Inc. We usually go to both locations, the one in Smyrna as well as the one in Murfreesboro. A lot of times on Saturday mornings we stop by, and their inventory changes weekly, so you never know what you're going to see, and it's mostly open box. The name fits it. It's exactly that. It's a yard sale. If you don't totally agree with the price, the staff is always friendly and nice and willing to work with you.
That's the Yard Sale store in Smyrna at 111 Enon Springs Road West, in Murfreesboro at 204 South Front Street, and online at bestdealintown.com.
Hi, this is Allie Dowenhauer with Isaiah 117 House. Isaiah 117 House provides physical and emotional support for children awaiting foster care placement here in Rutherford County. We are changing the way foster care begins, and those kiddos are brought to our house to hang out and wait for a foster family, and they're given everything they need. We support foster children, DCS, and foster families here in Rutherford County. Visit us at www.isaiah117house.com or visit our Facebook page, Isaiah 117 House, Rutherford County.
Hello, I'm Roger, one of the tour guides at Sam Davis Home, 1399 Sam Davis Road in Smyrna. To learn more about Sam Davis, Smyrna's boyhood hero, we offer tours Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. No reservations required. To book a wedding, creek house rental, field trip, or any other event, contact Jenny Lamb, our director, at director@samdavishome.org. Visit our Facebook page or give us a call at 615-459-2341.
Hey, I'd like to tell you guys about Crusader Auto Works in Smyrna. About 4 years ago, we bought this facility. It's about a 25,000 square foot facility that handles all your automotive needs in the Smyrna, Tennessee marketplace. Everything from collision to full auto service and classic car restorations and customs. And so I think we're one of the only locations in Middle Tennessee, anywhere of that size and that capability that can handle any car need that you have, whether it's a modern day car, sports car, or a classic car of any kind. We can take care of what you need at Crusader Auto Works.
Hey, I'm Floyd, and I'm inviting you to join me at CR. That's Celebrate Recovery. We meet at Family Worship Center, 3045 Memorial Boulevard on Sunday at 6 p.m. We're a 12-step Christ-centered program that offers help for all the hurts, habits, and hang-ups that's causing you pain. The program works if you work it, and I'm proof. For other CR groups, go to CelebrateRecovery.com and click on the group finder. Hope to see you soon.
All right, we're back. Conversation Mike Sparks, my host Mike Sparks. I appreciate Roger Thomas helping to put together this series of candidates we've had with Sheriff's Department and Mayor. And Roger, you want to introduce, because you've been working all this.
Yeah, this is Steve Spence, and he's running for sheriff here in Rutherford County. And I actually had the opportunity of meeting him and his wife sitting right over here. And what's your wife's name, Steve?
Darlene,
and met him at one of your chili cook-offs, Mike.
Yes.
This year. And I believe they won a couple of door prizes.
Did y'all really?
It was actually back to back. It was luck.
Oh wow!
Yes.
Well,
yeah. What was it? Was it
gift certificates? Buster's, and the other one's Front Street Grill.
Oh, really? Food,
yeah,
both
yeah,
of them.
yeah.
I always like to get the food ones. How were they? Did you have tried them out yet?
Not yet. Hadn't had time.
Okay. Oh yeah. That's right.
Oh, you hadn't went to either one of them?
No, sir. No.
Wow, you need to get over there.
Oh yeah.
You know that tell him about the Front Street Pub. He may not know the backstory.
Oh, it used to be called the Snake Pit. Do you remember that? It was called the Snake Pit back in the day.
Yes, sir.
And anyway, well, was it Michael Williams, the guy that owns it now? He's trying to get it where it's more of a family orientated deal. Back in, you didn't dare go in there.
No,
right.
You just did, and there was a shooting out there.
Did your mama tell you not to go?
Just everybody.
I mean, my mom always said you better not go in there.
I'm sure her and my dad, but we didn't even.
But I've heard nothing but great things about it.
First time I ever went in it, when I went down there and got a burger and some chili from him.
Yeah.
And that's 70 years later. And
Well, tell him about sorry to get you thrown off of the interview with Steve, but you know that wall, they still have that wallpaper.
Yeah, they got
in
that
there.
old mural in there. I made a picture of it and I posted that. And they do have what they call a mural walk, Ron Alley and Teresa Alley and them.
Yeah.
They have it, different ones, and that's one of them they feature. They go inside there and make pictures of it and stuff. But it's an old, I think a 1920-something.
Man, it goes way back.
But it's cool, isn't it?
It really is pretty neat.
Yeah, it is.
It's
on the
very
back
like
wall.
nostalgic.
Yeah, it really is. And
they say the Baptists park around back and the Catholics come through the front. You ever heard that?
Yeah, from you.
I did go in there. I was kind of embarrassed. People wanted me to go in there. Ed Garner and I think Ivan Fleming, and I was like, oh man, I can't be going in there. This is at least 5 years ago, but I hate to admit, I liked it, man. It was nice.
How was the beer? Was it cold?
No, I don't drink. I really don't drink. So
He don't.
I'll eat some hamburger and some chili though.
He don't. He really, I can honestly say he doesn't drink.
Yes, sir.
Well, if I did, I'd be in trouble.
Right.
I really
Could you
would.
imagine him now? Could you imagine?
Yeah. Anyways, go ahead with the interview.
But anyway, Steve, the big thing, I want to ask you a question first about, didn't you used to work at CopyMate, or you used to deal with them?
No, sir. I worked at Data Process. I know where you're going with this question. Data Processing Service on West McKnight Street.
Okay.
And I worked with your cousin, Bobby Miller.
Yeah, my first
He was a
cousin.
fine gentleman, and he left us to go to CopyMate.
Yeah, okay.
Yes,
okay. Now, when he was, you know Kent Huggins?
Yes, sir. Sure do.
Kent
I worked under him.
Yeah, Kent, we all grew up together, okay?
Yes, sir.
And when Kent first became a deputy, he came over in his uniform, had his car.
Right.
And, of course, you know how Bobby was.
Yes.
He wanted him to lock him up in the cuffs. Well, I think the guys there at the place knew what Kent was going to do, and they played a trick on him. Kent couldn't get the cuffs off.
Oh, no.
So he had to put Bobby in the back seat of the car and carry him in. People over there looking thought he was getting arrested. Like,
poor Bobby.
Yeah. He said, man, I can't get him off. So he had to carry him to the station to get the cuffs off.
Really?
Yeah. So,
Man.
But anyway, man, said I guess 38 years, and I think I saw a picture of a person you actually knew. A buddy of mine is, let's say he's on our, let's say, let me see which one. I know you know several guys I know, but Pettis Reed, he's actually a trustee at Sam Davis home where I'm at.
Yes, sir.
That's how I got doing Pettis, and I saw a picture with it.
Yes, sir.
With you, and
Right.
Pettis is a good old guy, and I think y'all got something in common. You are 8th generation.
Yes, sir.
And Pettis, I believe, is 7th generation.
Yes, sir.
So I always thought that being here that long, that's kind of.
Well, your family probably goes back.
Yeah, about
5 or 6.
Yeah, at least that far to my great. So it's probably 5 or 6. Yeah.
Right. The old Jefferson community.
But 8, that's pretty good. So
Yeah.
around 1800, I guess.
My great-great-grandfather moved here in 1818, settled here.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
But tell you a good story on Pettis. Him and I ran against each other when he ran for county
Okay.
commissioner. And he beat me, but it was a blessing because I gained a true friend, and we've been friends ever since.
He is a good guy.
And
Yeah,
he really is. And
Yes.
anytime he'll be out there this Friday, Sam Davis home. We have the field trip, so we have it twice a year. Days on the farm, and we have our different demonstrators. And Pettis does the smokehouse. and
That's
stuff.
right. He's the man to do it.
Yeah, and he dresses up like Sam's dad,
dad.
Charles Davis. Yeah, so
Yes.
it's pretty cool.
Right. Yes.
We had him out last year and did a great job.
Oh
You
yeah.
know? Or was it this?
Yeah,
was it
this year. This year, yes, sir.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you came out.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. Pettis is a good guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's a pretty big event. You had about 300 people from start to end. From that
Oh,
morning,
yeah.
the prayer
The prayer
breakfast,
breakfast.
all the way through, and all. So it's pretty good.
It was good.
I think it's the third biggest event in Smyrna, I believe. Don't you think it is?
Oh, probably. Well, in the air show and the
Yeah.
fish fry.
Yeah, but that's
You
what
know.
I'm saying. But I think it's in there because at the course of the day, it's a lot of people there.
Well, I
Even,
appreciate all
even
your-
Connor came, the guy.
your
at
effort. Yeah, Connor, you made it, didn't you? Yeah. Oh, good. Well, Steve, what's it like on the campaign trail? I know it's pretty hard work, man.
Well, it is, but we're straightforward, pedal down to the middle, and working hard, seeing a lot of old friends, and meeting a lot of new ones. It's a positive feedback, and
Yep.
I'm proud of the citizens being behind me.
Yep. I know everybody's been working hard. We've
Yes,
had,
yes.
well, I think we've got, is it Trey Mansfield next week?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then Kenneth Barrett was on with us about 3
Yeah,
weeks ago.
yeah. We had we'll have all 3 candidates, and we did the mayor.
We've had
But
all,
man,
all the mayors.
and all the great guys. All of y'all are great guys,
Oh,
man.
yeah.
And
Yes,
I'm
yes, sir.
hoping people will get out and vote. What is it, 380,000 in the county or so? what, maybe 30,000 a vote, maybe, or
about
something?
20,000 dedicated voters.
Yeah, so I mean, it's just a big thing. If you don't vote, don't gripe. You know, it's another word I use, but I can't say it on the radio. But if you don't vote, and don't gripe.
Yeah.
And like I said, get out and vote, man. You got some great ones out
like
there
so far?
Sir?
What's turnout been like?
It's been low for early vote,
Yeah.
and then I'm worried about this week. It's supposed to rain all week, so
Yeah.
I hope they get out and vote, fight the weather. If not, come out May 5th and vote for their candidate.
Y'all knocking on doors?
We knocked on some, yes.
Lost any weight or anything? Not that you need to lose weight or anything, but did you lose any weight? Because I know I've lost.
I've lost about 30 pounds.
Dude, I tell you what, man, I did too years ago. I had big money come against me, and shoot, we were walking up them steps, and Laverne over at the Knowlesville area. And if Steve knows, listen, he knows I'm talking about them hills. And
yes.
I just looked at it like as a challenge. I was like, I'm going to get some exercise. I got down to 165 pounds from 180.
I haven't seen that since high school.
Really, I mean,
that's a little bit of stress. It's got to be a little stress,
It's
too.
man.
Yeah.
Shoot, I know campaigns, but it's hard.
It is. It really
People don't know until you went through it, man.
That's right, but you got to educate the citizens who to vote for.
Got to be out there, press that flesh, man.
Exactly.
They want to see you. You know, ain't no doubt.
Yeah, and like I said, one of the things me and Mike talk about a lot is the new jail coming in.
Yes.
What's your thought on that?
Well, we need it. The jail right now is overpopulated. 1,026 this afternoon.
Wow, really?
Yes, and it's right now we're putting a lot of money into it.
Yeah.
We put $500,000 last year into staff elevator. The year before we put $500,000 in the staff elevator. The staff elevator. Over 2 million miles was on the staff elevator. It was it's running up and down to our staff. But we're in the floodplain where we're at.
Okay.
But the actual jail is overcrowded, and we're putting a lot of money into it to keep it up and running. Into the admin section of it has not been added on. The employees, we only got 6 bathrooms for all the employees.
Oh, really?
Yeah. On the admin side.
Now, how many employees does the county have?
Over 600.
Okay.
At the sheriff's office.
And also, the jail will hold designed to hold what? How many is it designed to have?
We have 977 beds, but due to Tennessee Corrections Institute, we have to have 85% capacity to put co-defender or special needs in it. So that's 831.
Okay.
Is the max for Tennessee Corrections Institute.
Okay. I brought up, you may know this, I brought up in finance, I serve in finance committee with TDOC about the needs that y'all are facing, and I appreciate Commissioner Rick Hall and Mayor Joe Carr sending me a couple of messages to question THEC or TDEC rather, and which they don't want to answer, dealing with landfill and lawsuit and all. But I asked the commissioner how much a new prison was going to cost our state, because William Lambert said, because he was kind of speaking up for Rutherford County as well as other jails that are getting overcrowded, and the guy really didn't have an answer, man. And I remember thinking to myself, man, if I was a commissioner of TDOC, I'd at least have an answer what it's going to cost to build a new state prison.
Yes.
Because I don't know where this state's going to be with the needs that we're seeing. I mean, we're backlogged on TDOT. Some say 60 billion, some say 30 billion. Depends on who you talk to. But will it be built on the same site, or is there another location that they're eyeing?
No, sir. We're looking at new land right now. We're still looking for it.
Okay.
But if we add on to where we're at now, then you got to update the current jail, which is going to be expensive. Just the door controls itself is over $2 million. So it'd be best for the citizens to build a whole new. And too, it'd be a good benefit for the employees that work here. Nice and new.
How are y'all on correctional officers right now?
We're almost full. A
Good.
year ago, this year was over 42 positions open. We're down to about 10 or 12.
One thing I always liked that Truman would do, former sheriff years ago, I always thought it was wise that he wanted officers to go through being a correctional officer before they hit on patrol.
Right, and that's what I did when I started in '87. Now I can talk to the wall, but I was bashful, and it helped me learn how to communicate with the men and women back there.
De-escalate situations.
And then when I went to patrol, I was able to talk to the citizens, and these men and women that I had contact with back here. If you ran into them on the streets, they respected you and they helped you out if you needed something.
Yeah, we had that officer, Dustin Pettigo, who's just 35. He was killed back in February at Morgan Correctional Center. Representative Butler has that area, and he was telling me it was about 2 weeks ago. Ed, I think a lot of this guy, he's pretty hardcore.
Yes.
And he was talking to my son's ex-girlfriend, who now is a lobbyist, ironically, but she does have a heart for addiction and mental health and all, and they were kind of kind of arguing in a sense, little heated debate. And he was about to leave. And he told me, he says, man, Mike, he said, that guy was a good dude, that correctional officer. He said, man, they found a list of every inmate that needed something.
Yes, sir.
He had it listed to go help those inmates, man.
That's
and
great.
it's a dangerous job. What are y'all doing to retain and recruit folks?
Well, the main thing is just, we got the commission gave us raises last year for detention patrol, moving them up to 9%. It's 2 pay grade steps, and it's made a difference. But we're still behind the ball because our patrol officers can leave and go to the city and make $15,000.
I was fixing to ask you that.
In our backyard. It's not competing outside the county. We're competing within our
Well, I remember
county.
that was going on when I was on the commission. You'd lose them. It seemed like to Franklin and Williams County area a lot.
But mainly right now it's Murfreesboro, or we losing some to TBI or THP.
I bet you don't lose them to Shelby County, do you?
No, sir.
Or Davidson County.
Well, no,
You
sir.
know?
No.
I wouldn't think so.
No, we lost a couple of detention deputies a couple years ago to Davidson County. They went
Really?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
And that's when they was given the sign-on bonus and so forth.
It's just, but the whole system to me is kind of built on a house of cards financially, because it's like we're giving all these raises out, we're spending all this money, and then you're seeing all the needs. I mean, our country is $38 trillion in debt, and we need two new schools.
Yes, sir.
Some may say we need probably a third school, and it just seems like it's totally unsustainable to continue on the path that we're on. So the county commissioners, they have a unique challenge. But one thing I think, and I've shared this, I believe it was with you, and who is it that helps organize the Sheriff's Academy, the Citizens Academy?
Gary Herron.
Gary.
Yes.
And who's the lady? She's real sweet. That helps him.
Laura Koontz.
All right, Laura. And I know I went through it years ago, and it was eye-opening to me.
Exactly.
I used to kind of butt heads with Truman a little bit.
Yes.
But I tell you, once I got out there and I seen a detective in a closet. That was his office, the closet.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Because you didn't have space. But until I personally witnessed it and seen firsthand,
right,
then I started really empathizing with it. Man, I think it ought to be, not that you can mandate it, but I wish every county commissioner and school board member would go through the Sheriff's Academy.
Yes, it's be educational. Even if you didn't go through the academy, call the sheriff and say, "Hey, I want to come by and take a tour." If you're going to sit up there as a commissioner, vote, know what we're going through.
And even the state is so huge, but even the county. I remember Gary Farley telling me years ago. He said, Sparks, man, I'm gonna tell you, the county. We don't think of Ruff County being that big, but there is a lot of elements to the county. I mean, can you imagine what Mayor Carr is juggling with all the departments, landfill?
Yes, sir.
Then Dr. Sullivan with all the schools.
Right. Yeah.
There's a lot out there.
It's like us on our men and women needs more pay, but the only revenue we have is tax dollars, and we don't want to raise. We got to get some help somewhere to get some more money for we can pay these men and women for the job they're doing.
Wish I could tell you the state was going to help, but they probably ain't going to do.
Well, I was hoping you were going to tell me where you were.
Well, if we could build a new state prison, that'll offer some relief, But by then, you'll already have a new jail.
Yes.
I'll tell you. Shout out to Chief. The jail administrator, I guess, Chief Kevin Henderson.
Yes.
Great guy.
Yes, he's a very good guy. A lot of experience he brought to us. He retired from Shelby County and 30 plus years.
He seems like he really has a heart to try to help inmates turn their life around.
Yes. And since you mentioned that, we're blessed here. We have a vet court, drug court, and a mental health court. And the judges are great here. When these men and women qualify, we can get them out of here and get them back on their feet.
Yes, we've come a long way because we didn't have all that when I was on the commission.
Yes, sir. And also, I'm working. We secured over $20 million in state and federal grants, and I work hand in hand with Lindsay Davis over the reentry. And matter of fact, we got a double wide portable last Monday. We're going to use for our educational classes for the inmates. We've got to do better to educate these men and women to get them back on their feet.
Where's the portable going to sit?
It's going to be right behind the jail. So if we do build a new jail, we can move it and utilize it.
Okay. Because I know we went through the Sheriff's Academy, I guess 3 years ago. That's the second time I went through. We were in that big, I guess it'd be a portable.
It's the educational room on the backside.
Yes.
We put it right beside the chain link fence. We moved the fence.
Oh, okay.
Yes, sir.
Did y'all get that from surplus?
From a grant that Lindsay Davis from reentry applied. We work hand in hand.
How much is something about $100,000?
Oh no, about $300,000 or $400,000.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
really?
We was going to build a permanent building like the educational, and that's going to be over $500,000 to $600,000. It's like, why throw that money down the drain? Get a portable. We build a new jail. We move it with us.
Well, how much of that footprint of that land can be used to build on?
Not much, because the floodplain's right there behind our impound lot.
Is it?
Yeah, if you looked at the city's floodplain map, and part of it's right behind the firing range.
But this county, if you look back, when I first got on the county commission, we were building the workhouse.
Yes.
And I remember asking the question, what year was the original workhouse built?
Right.
Nobody knew.
No.
It was so old.
Right. Yes.
Well, you guessing 1922, 24,
I'll be afraid to
26?
guess. Yeah.
Now, you remember, well, you probably, I think Roger may remember, with all due respect to him, you remember the old Rutherford County
Fairgrounds? Well, I know you can go up and look at the aerial photos. You can see part of the tracks. That's
really?
Yeah.
Do you remember?
No, I'm not that old.
It's right there about the juvenile detention. That's where the land's at. Fairgrounds.
Oh, okay.
Look there
yeah.
behind, I guess it's behind Crystals.
Yeah, it's right there beside Crystal. You used to have horse races there.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Now, you know, Doc Benson used to be over the old jail back then. I think he did. You ever remember that name, Doc Benson?
I've heard the name, yes, sir.
I used to work for him back in the 70s. Not at the jail, but he owned a store, and I worked at the store.
Right.
Broadway Market was called back then.
Yes, sir.
And but he was a character. I mean, you can tell. Like, I don't know if I want to cross him or not. He, you know, they had climbers and people like that in there all the time. You know,
talking about people on radio?
No, people. No. That's cousins of mine. Friends.
Cousins.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess you can talk about your cousins. I guess
they'd come in there and ask.
Your cousins have won
No,
chili
they've
contest,
all
by the way.
passed away. You know, I mean, they all have passed away, but they would be in there, and they lived over on Brindley and all that.
How many cousins you got?
I'm from here, and I got
See, I don't have all that.
I said if I got my whole family out, every one of them to vote, they could vote somebody in.
Oh,
That's
really?
how big.
Well, Jeff Gill's your cousin, and Angie, they won the chili contest. Then she won the grand prize.
Yeah.
Wow.
Right. Because, people kid me like, oh, man, your chili contest rigged. And I'm like, no, it's not rigged. And then I started seeing these people winning. I'm like, maybe this is rigged, and I ain't got nothing to do with it, But it was kind of, it's kind of neat to see who wins. Because a lot of times the people that win, I'm not saying they're not good cooks, but the people that brag they're good cooks usually don't win.
Yeah.
Marcia Blackburn her recipe took second place. Well, it's supposed to be her recipe. Somebody told me, said, man, that wasn't Marcia Blackburn's chili. That was Wendy's chili. Somebody told me that. And,
Mike, you ain't supposed to say that on the radio, man.
Anyways, dude brought a recipe.
Right.
So he says.
Yes.
But she took second place. You like Wendy's chili?
Yeah, I do.
I mean, it is pretty good, man.
So you'd like Marcia.
I'd vote for it first place.
It was good.
Yeah, they do have some good chili, and sometimes you can see the whole hamburger in there. You ever done that? Like where they don't chop it up good.
No, it really is, man.
And that's a good idea to use up stuff they don't use.
Hey, speaking of Truman earlier, how is Truman doing?
He has good days and bad days.
Yeah,
I haven't heard anything.
He's
local.
out there at Adams Place.
I haven't heard. I know they took him to a facility the other day, but I don't know where it's at.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
don't want to speak out of place and give the wrong information.
We would have some good conversations.
It's a good man. He's done a lot for this county.
Yeah, we would kind of butt heads a little bit though.
Right.
Yeah, I actually had dinner with him.
But I respected him with his experience and stuff. And he did have but he was old school, man.
That's right. Yeah.
He's probably still old school.
Yes.
Right.
I had lunch with him and it was Marty, and it was less than a year ago in Truman.
That's right.
Yeah, and he seemed like he had it together pretty good,
Well, it's just part of life, man. Getting older, we're losing friends, family,
right?
Just part of it,
Yeah. And the brightest person I know is actually my 97-year-old aunt. Still remembers everything. Yeah,
she's listening.
Lives on her own. She's listening right now.
Yeah, she grew up at Old Jefferson.
That's a blessing.
Yeah.
Never your folks still around?
No, my mom and dad. My dad died in '99, and my mom passed away in 2019.
Well,
2019.
Speaking of your family, man, I know something. This is dear to Ben Mike's heart. How many grandkids you got?
Yes. Got 6. We got 3 children,
that's right.
6 grandbabies, and 1 on the way.
Really?
Love it. And we're big into our family.
Wow.
Now, the grandkids, you treat them a little different than you did your kids?
Yes, sir. And my kids remind me of that all the time. We'll be at a restaurant.
Does Darlene want to talk about your grandkids?
Darlene, you want to speak?
Darlene, you want to say anything about your grandkids?
I told you we'd get you up here, Darlene. Come on. Come on, you talk about them.
Yeah, Darlene's from Alabama.
Oh, never mind. No,
bless your heart.
No.
I'll tell you, what part of Alabama? Oh, yeah, Gunnersville's a nice area. Yeah, the lake and all. Yeah.
Okay, stand up here just
Yeah, her grandfather opened the first boat marina there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It
She
is
used to work there in high school.
Really is a beautiful area.
It is, yes.
It
is.
Yeah. You want to talk about your grandbabies?
Oh no, that's Papa's job.
Are you Papa?
Well, I'm Papa, Cassidy's son.
Well, I'm Papa.
It's Papa, and then it's Papa. But,
Oh, cool.
but Kingston, Cassie's son, he's dedicated to Papa, and the rest of them calls me Papa. Papa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do they call you?
Nana.
Nana. My wife's Mimi. Yeah.
I
I
always
think-
wanted to be a Nana.
Well, I think ours just for some reason never would say Nana. They just kept saying Mimi. So name all your grandbabies in.
Logan, Kai, Kingston, Bailey, Callum, Niklaus, and then our new one on the way.
Wow. Now, y'all have them a lot.
The older ones, they have their own lives right
Yeah.
now, which that's okay.
And how old are they?
The oldest is 7. We have 17, 15, 13.
Wow.
Turning 10, just turned 5, and 2.
Your grandbabies are that old?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I told him that he had to get special permission to marry her.
Wow.
Just
Well,
under
let me tell you
baby
funny on the 13-year-old.
Yeah.
I was at subdivision walking door to door, and he called his daddy, Cass, that played ball,
Yeah.
your son.
Yeah.
He said, "Hey, Daddy, Papa's over here. He's selling his signs." And Cass says, "No, he's not selling his signs. He's out passing, talking to people. He don't sell signs. He give them away." But he came over and talked to him. It was funny. He thought I was selling
Yeah.
my signs.
Oh, they're life changing, man.
They are.
I had you've heard me talk about weird coincidences and synchronicities just this week, and it's really sad what happened this week. But the drug problem's always been on my heart, and a guy gets up and he's talking about this, and it's getting to be a really serious problem with his social media. And in fact, I had a guy that was going to call in, and he said that his phone was about to go dead. Avery Kelleher, he's been on the radio with us. He found his daughter hung in her own closet back in September.
14 years old.
Yeah, only 14, and
but
but
it happened just a few weeks. We thought it happened a couple or 3
Yeah,
years
yeah,
ago.
he
We're
just-
sitting there talking to him. It
yeah.
just happened.
He was told to reach out to me and talk about it, and so he's kind of partnered with the Jason Foundation. I had him on the house floor and recognized him, and got. I mean, you could have heard a pin drop on the house floor, but Ryan Williams stood up, was talking about this. I guess it's called coercive suicide, and and this little girl had committed suicide, and all of a sudden he had an amendment on the bill. And I just happened to pull up the amendment to read the amendment, and the amendment was Grace Sparks, my grandbaby's name. I was like, oh my gosh, it kind of jolted me.
Right.
And I grabbed the microphone and I mentioned Avery's daughter, River, and how serious this is. And I seen the family. I waved at the family and mentioned my own grandbaby. And, these kids, the challenges these young people have today, it's off the charts compared to what we grew up with.
It's sad.
You know.
And speaking of that, we got school resource officers, and they're valuable to these kids in
amen.
school. 620 events last month. They worked after school, working with them.
Really?
Years
Wow.
ago, Matt King, the SRO, was at Smyrna.
Yeah.
Smyrna had a murder, and they couldn't find. But I'm pretty sure they had clues. But a student came to Matt King and told him information. They was able to make an arrest and a conviction. That's the bond these SROs have
Yes.
with these students in our schools. They're very valuable.
And shout out to Truman Jones for having the foresight to.
Yeah, the first
to-
one
What,
that-
what year did y'all start that?
I want to say 90, 92, 93, something like that.
Was
It
it?
was the first one, and then Wilson County was number 2.
Yes.
Terry Ash.
I was with a teacher a few years ago. I mean, I won't say his name. Great guy. He's also a minister. We were over, I believe it was Oakland, and I was asking the students how safe they felt, and a lot of them, didn't really feel that safe. And this has been probably 8 years ago. And one of them had told me, I believe the teacher told me that a student had spotted a gun,
right,
and told, I guess, SRO.
Yes, sir.
And I guess the guy that had the gun ended up knowing that guy told on him,
Right.
SRO. And that family was getting, you may know about this situation, getting death threats, and the family ended up moving.
No, I hadn't heard about that. That's
yeah,
sad.
this was at Oakland. It was years ago, but they are a tremendous resource.
Yes, very valuable to us. And we're planning on adding more to the middle schools because they're starting to see activities they see in the high schools.
It's
and
sad.
too, our population in schools are outrageous.
Oh, I know. It really is. We had a group in the other day called Wired Human, and they were on the radio with us. Well, one of the representatives was Maya. You remember her last name? Inglehorn.
Yeah.
And they had a little art thing at Trellis and
Yesterday.
Vine
Yep.
with
I was
Ron,
there, yeah, I went.
Teresa, and Avery Kelleher went over and visited with them, and Ron told me this morning at our little Bible study that the family that they prayed with Avery. Avery's on dialysis 3 times a week, and
He's not that old.
Yeah.
no, I mean he's not. But boy, we think we got challenges, and you see what other people are dealing with. It's just really heartbreaking, you know.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna tell you, man. I was asking a guy today that's retiring. I said, "What do we got to do to turn this country around?" And he's a 36, 38 year law enforcement guy, Bud Holsey. He said, "Man, this country needs some Jesus, man."
Yes, exactly.
It ain't more funding, more grants. It ain't more laws. I mean, we invent more laws up there, and it's like, Jesus, man. We wonder why we're losing our freedoms, and the times have changed since we were young cats. You know what I mean?
Yes. Right.
You know, so how old were you when you started the sheriff's department? You say
21.
21.
Yes.
You remember who hired you?
John Brown, and then he interviewed me, took me to Truman's office, and they hired me on the spot.
Really? What was Truman like back then?
Good. He was a good guy.
Was he? Well, so he was.
He was sheriff.
Oh, he was sheriff at that time too.
Yeah, John Brown was the chief deputy at the time, and then we started the class at the new jail at 940, and then we worked weekends at the old jail.
Wow. At the old jail.
Yes, sir.
Man.
And I seen it grow leaps and bounds.
It was like, when was that thing built?
Been there and done that.
The 30s?
Yeah, something like it. Because the original jail used to be where the DA's off, the old post office was the original jail.
Okay.
And then they built a new one, which they call the new one, the small one in West Main.
Wow.
The drunk tanks was outside in the garage.
Outside?
Yeah.
What about the wintertime? What'd y'all do back then?
Well, it was summertime when I got hired in July, so I'm
Okay.
sure what they did in the wintertime. But it was bad enough in the summer.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I went through TDOC's academy, went through TBI's academy, and TDOC's academy was a little eye-opening. And I remember watching. They had some guys. What do you call it? The team that goes in to
SWAT.
No, extraction
team.
Yes, sir.
They had an extraction team in there, and I'm watching it. And they had a mock jail that's down there at I don't know if it's River Bend or at the old castle. I think it's an auxiliary building at the old castle. And this was years ago, and I watched them all go in there and kind of, you call it bum rush, I guess, somebody and take them down. And I remember asking them, and I like Schofield, the former commissioner, and we got along really good. I'd been asking for raises. In fact, he come up to me at the governor's mansion in front of the Christmas tree. He said, Sparks, I'm putting in 5% pay raise for TDOC's employees, correctional officers, and then they ended up getting it that year. But after that takedown, I asked him, I said, what's going on with the inmate? And they all look at me like, well, we don't know. I said, man, did you not try to de-escalate this and ask what's going on? I said, wouldn't you be better off sending a woman over here, a counselor or a nurse?
Or a negotiator.
And they're like, oh, well, we would do that. I said, no, you didn't do it just now, though, man.
That's right, yeah.
You just bum rush a guy. I mean, a woman can de-escalate stuff a lot better than a man can. And I always think of Sally Walls. You ever remember Sally Walls?
Yes, sir, sure did.
Because I'd always picture what Sally would do. And I could see her now. She'd be smoking a cigarette, and she'd have probably walked over and said, what's going on? And offer him a cigarette. I know times have changed.
Right.
But she'd probably say, what's going on? And maybe the guy would have said, I got a letter from my old lady, man. She's left me, or my mom died. What's going on to cause this guy this mental health, this crisis that you're in?
Yes.
And Sally was just, man, I don't want to use the word progressive, but I guess progressive, for lack of a better term, but she really made a difference in not only just Smyrna, Tennessee, but really law enforcement in general.
Yeah, you're right. Women can do things that a male officer can't do.
I've seen it, man.
Yeah.
It ain't just good talking points.
Yes.
I've seen it. Because guys, we got too many egos and pride and I got to have my way like big bunch of kids, man.
But we've got some good male negotiators. They're talented.
Who you like? Who's your best? Who's your favorite?
They're all I can't pick. They're all good. But Lieutenant Easer runs it, and he's done a great job. And the ones that volunteer to
Is
do
Kevin pretty good?
Kevin
Chief Henderson.
Oh yeah,
pretty good.
Oh yeah, he's good. Good jail administrator.
I always loved old Bernard.
Yes.
I described him on the house floor one day. I said 6'5", 320, and I think he told me, he said, man, I ain't put on that much weight or something like that, but I always thought the world of that guy. I ain't got to talk to him a couple months.
Yeah, he's good. I hadn't talked to him in a while.
Yeah.
He stays busy. Every time I call him, he's in Florida at a convention or something.
Oh,
he's selling this equipment.
He's making it happen,
Yeah.
But I thought the world of him. He lost his daughter. You remember that years ago?
Yeah, it was terrible.
And he had to come in, and what was he had to travel like 2 or 3 hospitals to find her body?
Yes, sir. Yeah, it was
man,
sad.
you talk about some trauma.
It's bad enough to lose her, but then you have to go search, see which hospital she's in.
His other daughter was my intern.
Okay.
I think she was Miss Miss Tennessee or something, Miss Black Tennessee or something. Yeah, that's probably been 6 or 7 years ago.
Right.
She was real sweet. You know.
Yes, sir.
Well, y'all got any grandbaby stories you want to share?
No, let's get back on my sheriff's
Oh,
race
your
story.
sheriff's
Yes,
race.
yeah. Because
we love our grandbabies, man.
Yeah, I understand, but it's
You know.
important that we get the right man in there because of
Yeah.
September 1st. Whoever gets elected is going to take office, and you got to make sure you got the experience to run it. You don't have time to train.
Yes.
You know, I've got 38 years, supervised and worked every division, and I want to put that to work as your next sheriff.
So you worked as SRO as well?
No, I supervised them.
Oh, okay.
I supervised or worked the divisions.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Jerry,
When
you
I
got
was a major-
anything?
SWAT. I noticed SWAT.
Yeah, I was a SWAT commander. Yes, sir. Yeah, I was one of the original SWAT team members when Chuck Thomas got out from Desert Storm. He let Truman let Chuck design a we called it FASTing then, felony arrest search team.
Really?
We didn't like the word SWAT, but we created our SWAT team, and I was the original team member. Made commander in 2010. I stepped down. when
Yeah.
The new administration.
So there's 3 of y'all running.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Republican primary.
Yes, sir.
And there's a 4th person running independent.
Well, it's 2 independent.
2 independents.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah.
Right.
The well, Jeremy, you have anything for Steve?
No, not really. But there is a a matter of what kind of support do you look for the community as sheriff if if you get elected.
Yes.
So,
Well, that's a good question because everybody talks about transparency.
Yeah.
If I win, I plan on opening the sheriff's office up every 3 months.
Mhm.
It's their sheriff's office. We just manage it.
Right.
Come in and see how we operate it, meet our staff,
Mhm.
and I want to have community events. We used to have that. And, we don't have the room right now at the sheriff's office, but we can have it at
Yeah.
Lane Ag or churches, whatever. But we have to work closer with our community because we need them to support us.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
And I've been working a lot with different groups. I went to a forum last night over at Allen's Chapel off
Yeah.
of South Manning. But we have to work as a team because we're a community. And,
Oh,
and
absolutely.
we need the voices of the community
Yeah.
to be involved.
yeah. Does Sheriff Fitzhugh, does he do little press conferences like sort of like a community check-in or something like that, or are you planning on doing something like that? Do like a press conference, kind of like what they do at the White House or anywhere else?
Well, I would say more of a podcast to educate
okay.
the community.
Okay.
Yes, yes. But too, face to face, we shouldn't have forums when it's the election coming up. We should be getting together throughout the year. We shouldn't have to wait for an election to get together.
Yeah.
We got to communicate.
Well,
Go ahead,
I'm going to get the most important person in this campaign to say a couple words and about your husband. Why did you get out and vote for your
Put you on
husband?
the spot.
Well, first of all, let me say, with being married to him for 36 years, I was not surprised to see this day come. He has always, from day one, prepared himself for this. He has been the same, continues to be Steve. It doesn't matter what role he has taken on, but he has always been Steve. And I'm confident that if he is fortunate enough to become sheriff of Rutherford County, that you will be able to reach out and talk to Steve. So definitely very, very proud of him. He is genuine. I'll just be honest and say I thought we were going to be retiring and spending more time with grandchildren. But I'm just going to be honest and tell you, as much as he loves his family and his grandbabies, and he knows that they are well taken care of, he has a true, deep concern for everybody in Rutherford County and for the employees at Rutherford County Sheriff's Office. He knows that there is a lot more that can be done there. We have a very young department, a very diverse department, which he embellishes a nice diverse department, but we are very young, and he absolutely wants to make sure that those young men and women understand everything that's available to them.
All right. Well, thank you, Darlene Spence. Thanks, Steve Spence.
Thank you. I appreciate
Hey,
it.
Roger, Connor, and Jeremy. Folks, we'll catch up with you next week, and we'll have Trey Mansfield, Sheriff County, as well tomorrow.